Won't the scars be visible? He's talking about because I got a fade recently and I got a hair transplant, so will the scars on the back of my head and the sides be visible from that? First of all, I just want to apologize if I sound sick right now. I'm dealing with a nasty cold all week long. It's awful. And this past week, my grandfather passed away. So it hasn't been exactly the best week, but gotta make this video about my hair, so let's do it. Anyway, I recently just got my very first actual haircut since going out and getting a hair transplant 5 months ago in Turkey, and I gotta say, it's looking really good. Now, in this lighting, now my hair is, if I go under direct light, you can see my hair is still very, very thin, but the transplant is coming in slowly, but over the next couple of months, I'm sure it's gonna fill up a lot. As you guys know, if you looked at how I looked when I first started, it's already looking really good, especially with the fade. The way it really adds to the density on top with a fade, I love it. But to the scarring, to the question. So I got FUE transplant. What that does is they take individual grafts from the back and the sides of your head, and it's basically designed when it heals, you can't even tell that you even got a transplant. Now, yes, if you get right up to me and you really look, you can tell there's like maybe some dots and whatnot, like very, very ever so slightly, not even really, you really can't tell, like maybe very slightly, but for the most part, you cannot see anything. This is why this is the best transplant out there that you can get, because you go back to being completely normal. You gain a bunch of hair up top and you don't even lose anything. Because for those of you who don't know, you have to lose 50% of your hair before you even notice that you're balding. So when you lose, whatever amount of grafts they take, you can't even tell that you've lost anything in the back or the sides. Now, even if you could tell a little bit, I wouldn't care. Personally, no one's looking at you when you're walking around and looking very closely to see if you have any little scars. It doesn't matter. But you know what people will notice? If the top of your head is completely balding, which is not a problem, but let's be real here. If you had the option, you'd want the hair on top. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend getting a fade right after a hair transplant. Let it heal. It's obviously going to be raw for a little bit. I personally waited months. I didn't have to do that. After about a month, you could probably go out and get yourself a haircut. But to me, there was no point, because you go through that ugly duckling phase. Like, this was me after 2 months after getting a hair transplant, and I had literally no hair on top from all the shock loss that I had lost, and nothing was coming in yet. Then my native hair started to come back, and now I'm assuming some transplant hair is going to be coming out very soon. If not already, it's starting to look pretty decent. So yeah, now is the time where I can get a haircut, and it looks pretty good. Especially as you guys saw in my recent video that this comment is on. With fibers in my hair, I look like a completely normal person. But let me tell you something, it feels great to get my first haircut. Even though the hair is still very thin, this feels insane. I feel like we're on track to have some good results soon enough. But yeah, thank you guys so much for the support, seriously, throughout this whole process. We're not even close to being done. As you guys know, next year I need to get the back done, and all the results need to come in for the front. And sorry for not posting that much in the last week. Like I said at the beginning of the video, my grandfather recently passed away. I had to travel down to Rhode Island, go to the funeral, do all that stuff. And yeah, that's not exactly the most fun thing. Wasn't exactly in the best spirits, so wasn't really posting videos about my hair in that sense. But just gotta keep pushing. I love you guys so much. Have a phenomenal day. Stay beautiful, stay blessed.